Hey, I kind of just thought that we would chat today. Um, this is gonna be like ALX TALX, I think, from now on. Just kind of like chill, filming with my phone at my dining table. I was watching, it was so funny. I was watching Samantha's recent video where she basically like responds to not so favorable comments. And it's funny because like every single time I watch one of her videos, especially in that sort of vein, I guess, I'm constantly just like, I'm nodding. I'm like, yep. Like, it's just so funny. I will continue to forever nominate her for beauty community president. Like maybe we can tap Kristen for VP. I don't know. But it's crazy just like how much like how knowledgeable she is about the industry, and also just like wise for her years. Like she's younger than I am, and I feel like I've learned so much about just like the industry and how it works, and just like level-headed things from her. And she really opened fucking doors for people like me and YouTubers who just want to do what the fuck they want to do and not feel pressured to do like fucking viral content. Because one of the things that has been bothering me kind of recently, and I know that the people who are watching this video are the good ones. You know what I mean? Like I have a group of you who are dope as fuck, who are, if I might just flatter you for a second, level-headed, normal human beings. But the internet, unfortunately, is full of bots and also psychos, like on every spectrum. Wait, where the fuck was I going with this? I was like, I know you guys get this. Oh, so something that's been bothering me recently. Fuck. What's been bothering me recently? Besides everything. Damn it, I was talking about Sam. She was talking about comments. Oh, that's what it was. What's been bothering me recently is something that she kind of like touched on. It was the fact that like people say like, how come you don't have more subscribers? Why are you losing subscribers? Whatever the fuck. And her explanation was perfect, obviously. But she just kind of explained that, and you should just go watch her video if you're interested. It was very entertaining. But she kind of said that like she's not interested in making content that is necessarily going to be like so popular. And I very much relate to that. And it's really discouraging when you put something, it's discouraging, and it's also fucking great. Like you love it too, because it like does really well. Let me just fucking explain. So I uploaded basically any fucking time I do a negative review of something, it blows up. And every time, and like I know that, and like I do it because I had a bad review. Like I'm never trying to like put out negative shit. I think I've said this a bunch of times, but like typically I can make things work for me. It's very rare that I'm just like, wow, this is garbage. And like, obviously that happens, but I uploaded my recent like video using Jaclyn Hill's concealer, and wow, people are just like, it's visceral, like how much people either love or hate her. And it sucks like reading those comments about someone. Like people are just like I uploaded a negative review because like I hated the concealers. I just did. They didn't work for me. And the amount of people who were just like loving that the concealers were bad and that I hated them. And it just makes me be like, ugh, you know? Like I don't even want to put that shit out there anymore. So it's just disappointing when like, it is true that the internet really, really is attracted to negative shit. And it's something that we all have to keep in mind. Because I feel like, I don't know. See, it's so easy nowadays to be just like in your circle. That is really bothering me. Hold on. With the internet, it's so easy to just be like stuck in with what do they call that? Echo chamber. Buzzwords. It's so easy in like everything to just like with algorithms and stuff, they're constantly trying to show you things that you're gonna like or that are gonna piss you off and like elicit an emotional response. Like that's just what the internet is. And I just still think that like not enough people know that or like consider it. And from an influencer standpoint, a YouTuber, you just see it so much. Like I see it so much from people in the comments and just like what it does, like little fights that happen in like my YouTube comments on a fucking video about contouring your nose. It's just like, what? Why? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. So what was I talking about? What the fuck was I talking about? Comments. Oh, negative videos. Like, I think the only way that we can like change, dude, honestly, I don't think we can change it, but the only way that we could potentially change that is if you see something that's negative, which doesn't really help if it's a review, because like if it's a negative review, then you want to see it. There's no way, we're all fucked. I was gonna say like when there's negative shit or like tea or whatever they call, like whatever you want to call that, like drama shit, the only thing you can do is like fight your curiosity. Like if you're sick of that, if you think that it's ruining the world, because like personally I think it is, you have to just not click on it. Because if you click on it, if you comment, if you like, if you dislike, you're engaging with it and the internet is just gonna keep fucking pumping that shit out. How can we have to like change this shit? We have to watch more of like boring videos, boring, like wholesome, good, like they can be entertaining videos. More of this like boring shit. You know what I mean? We need more of Sam giving us a tour of her fucking plants and telling us why they're dying or why they're thriving. We need more of that. Personally, enjoyed that. And I bought like 4 new plants after that video. Yeah, anyway, it's just discouraging. And I know a lot of you guys know this, that very negative things do very well. Anything dramatic, anything clickbaity, and like creativity really does not thrive on YouTube, at least not for me. I think maybe if you go into it and it's just like your brand 100%, but if you're someone who likes to do a bunch of different things, then it's very difficult. Actually, this might be a conversation that like he would probably want to, he and I have talked about doing a podcast together. I don't know if that would ever fucking happen, but my brother and I have like talked about that. But something that he did, for those of you who don't know, he's a YouTuber as well. And he started his YouTube channel as like doing gaming content. I know we have some like crossover, some of you probably know, but doing gaming content. He did like top 5 videos for the game Skyrim and like one of the other ones, I don't know, dude. But they were really funny. Like he wrote these like scripts that were really funny. And his channel like blew up because of it. And they would do really, really well, but it was a lot of work, super boring. And he got sick of like playing video games. He was like, I'm over this shit. And he's a fucking talented writer and actor and singer. Like he's so incredibly talented. It's fucking insane that I have his same genes. And so he wanted to make the switch over to like comedy skits so that he could act more and like do things differently. And his audience was so pissed. And like, obviously there were people who, you know, supported him, but there were so many people who were just like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, do more Skyrim content, do gaming content, fuck you. And like are still doing that shit, like still commenting that shit. Which, just sidebar, the gaming community, Jesus Christ, like toxic as fuck. If that word fits any community, it's that fucking community, man. Like he used to get the craziest shit. Anyway, he like stuck with it and it was rough, but he made the transition. And so I'll link his channel down below because if you guys haven't watched it, so there's one video in particular I need to plug him more, to be honest, because he's so fucking talented. It's insane. He did this video, this numbers comedy skit. Bro, if you have a brain, you're gonna love it, okay? Fuck. But my point is that like when someone wants to be smart, or they want to be more creative, or they want to do something that is going to be more fulfilling for them, it's always met with like negativity. Like always. Like if all of a sudden I wanted to change my fucking content, because people enjoy my explanation videos where I'm like teaching people things and stuff. And I know, because I see you. You support me. You want to see creative shit. You don't give a fuck what I'm doing. You just want me to paint my face and chat with you. And I love you for that. But it's not sustainable as far as like trying to make a living. You know what I mean? Because the second I do something like that, which by the way, so much more work. So much more work. Editing, filming, doing the actual looks, so much more work. 15,000 views. And I'm just like, no, really? Anyway, fucking boo-hoo. Like, I get to work from home. I get to work for myself. I set my own schedule, all of those things, you know? That's actually a crazy thing. I think I was watching Billie Eilish's, I was like, the interview that she does like every year. Is it with Vogue? I want to say it's with Vogue. And she was talking about how, I can't remember what the response or what the question was that she was responding to, but she was talking about how scary it is, how much you adapt. And that is so fucking real. And it's one of the reasons that we were able to survive as like a species, but being able to adapt means not only adapting to bad things, but also good things. So I can't tell you how many times I have to like remind myself that like when I moved to LA, I had absolutely no prospects, no money. My brother and I were sharing a 1-bedroom apartment. I was sleeping on an air mattress on the floor. He was on this like super shitty futon. We were like out in the fucking, as close to the mountains in the valley as you could get. I hated it there. We were there for 2 years. And now it's just like looking back at like, I'm getting so close to 1 million subscribers. What the fuck? When I got my 100,000 plaque, I was living in my old apartment. That's 2.5, not even 3 years. 2.5 years ago, I think. How did that happen? When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I was like, famous. I was like, that was my goal. I was like, that's all I want. I just want to hit 100,000 subscribers. Bro, fucking wild. But anyway, that's my point. What my point is, like, I've come a very far way. I've come a very long way. I've put a lot of work in. Somehow I've made shit work, despite being taken advantage of by companies and not knowing what the fuck I'm doing at all, trying to just like wing it. And also being really stubborn about like turning things down when I like really couldn't afford to. And I'm just like, you literally just have to remind yourself. This goes for fucking anybody. I don't care what situation you're in. If you're in a situation, or if you've like made any progress in any direction that you're trying to go, whether it's like health or mental health or like career or I don't know, school, friends, whatever the fuck it is, you really just have to like take a second and look back at like where you were a year ago, because I'm sure that you've made progress if you're trying to do anything, you know. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, like one of the things that she was talking about was that you just get used to that like amazing thing. So like setting a goal for yourself, you're like, oh, if I just hit this, I'm gonna be so fucking happy. You hit it, and then it's just like, okay, well, this is my normal now. You know what I mean? Which is just like, it's fucked up, but it is part of like how we've been able to like adapt and survive. So it makes sense, but you do have to like mentally be aware of that kind of thing and like force yourself to stop and think about it and be thankful for like where you are. Cause there's like the difference between, or there's like a balance between like having that drive where you're like I don't know if any of you experience this. I feel like this is probably a very common thing for a lot of people, but where you have a certain drive, you have a certain goal. And once you've reached it, you're like not satisfied and you're like on to the next. And I think that could be really good as far as the drive, because you're not always satisfied and you're pushed to work harder and set new goals for yourself. But it can also backfire and make you just feel like you're never whole and you're never like truly content. And like, that's something that I've been trying to work on recently, is to just like be in a moment and enjoy that moment and not feel like I have to get to the next thing. I think like today's world, just because it moves so quickly, we have like things like social media, fucking TikTok videos, they're over like that. You know what I mean? The younger generations, their attention span is just like this, because it's like next, you know? You really have to like force yourself to slow down. Something I've been doing recently, because I've talked about how I'm like a podcast addict. I fucking love them. Love a comedian's podcast. I like to laugh. Bad Friends is one of my favorites. Dude, Rick Glassman, I think I've talked about Take Your Shoes Off, his podcast before. So fucking funny. Highly recommend them. However, since the new year, I've been taking a break from podcasts because I just like kind of built so many up from like watching other people's and then being like, oh shit, that person's funny, I want to watch his. To the point where I was just like watching so many of them. I was like in that. I was like listening to that. And I was just like, this is not actually, like it makes me laugh, it's entertaining, but it's not actually like giving me anything, you know? So taking this actually as a good example, if you find that you have been like watching, like kind of trying to like escape, you know what I mean? Where you're trying to just like push other things out, and you're trying to escape and you're just trying to like be entertained. You can do the same thing with fucking shows. You can do the same with books sometimes, where you just try to like kind of like escape reality. That's what I think it is. It's kind of like shutting off all of the stressors or like things that you're supposed to be doing and just like be in this moment with like this person and have them entertain you. Try to take a break from that, like a week. Basically like stop watching my YouTube channel for a week. But seriously, I highly recommend it. Just like cleanse yourself of social media. Get off fucking Pinterest, get off TikTok, off Instagram, the monotonous scrolling. And it's just made such a huge difference in my mood overall. Like I felt so much happier. Like it's crazy how depressed fucking social media can make you. I feel like we all know that, but like it's easy to like watch a documentary about it and be like, oh my God, that's so scary, and be scared for like a couple days and then go right back into it. Also, drinking a lot of water. I just recently started drinking like a lot of water and I feel really good. I'm gonna stop this here just because this is becoming like a long rant type thing, but just so you know, ALX TALX is gonna be this from now on. No janky signs that I know people talk shit about, and it hurt me, but it was kind of the point. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts down below, and also topics that you'd like to discuss. But just a heads up, these are going to be so random, okay? Don't hold me to a schedule. I just can't do that. I've already got enough of a schedule. And also they're gonna be on this channel from now on, not the other channel. So thank you for being you. Bye.